Hey guys, welcome back. DripCoach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. In today's Bitcoin analysis, going to be breaking down a question that just popped up for me after watching this video from Altcoin Daily. Can the US government destroy Bitcoin in 2024? So I'm going to give you a Bitcoin analysis breakdown on is that possible, all inspired by this video here. So stay tuned. All right, so definitely encourage you to check out this video because I won't be covering everything in there, but it did remind me of this clip I had seen and showed you guys previously with Michael Saylor poetically waxing on Bitcoin at the Bitcoin conference, MicroStrategy conference, sorry. And I'm going to play those two clips again, then actually give you some data on that, because that's what's the most important, determining the robustness and security of the Bitcoin network.
And Bitcoin is the best crypto network. It's not just the best crypto asset. This is secured. This asset is secured by the most powerful computer network in the world. It's rapidly growing stronger. Hash rate's growing by 70% a year. It's growing that fast in bull markets and bear markets. It's an unstoppable thing. How much is 624 exahash? It's enough that all of the computer power of Microsoft or Amazon is not going to outdo this, right? This is a silicon machine, because the genius of...
So that's the important piece right there, is the exahash. So kind of the energy or the hash rate that goes into the encryption algorithm, the SHA-256 encryption algorithm. So this shows you the hash rate as it's grown, like Michael Saylor just said, at 70% per year. I guess I didn't break all this down, but it's definitely just up. And due to the math in the algorithm itself of it getting more complex every 4 years or every halving, then that just means that it gets more and more robust. So the longer it goes on, the harder it actually becomes. It becomes basically anti-fragile. And that just means it takes more and more computing power, more and more machines are spread across the world, and it gets more and more expensive, and it takes more and more time to solve it. So back during these days, it would have been much, much simpler. But now that becomes, according to Digit Economists in 2022, 1,390 kilowatt hours, the equivalent power consumption of one US household 48 days, running for 48 days. That's how much it takes to create one Bitcoin. So the annual energy consumption of Bitcoin in 2022 was estimated to be about the amount of energy used or power used in Sweden annually. That is crazy. So it's like an entire country's energy consumption. That was in 2022. And in this article, don't know when this article was, but it's more recent, I believe. And it says Bitcoin's energy consumption is a pressing issue, with annual estimates ranging from 91 to 150 terawatt hours. And they have the annual estimation here at about 145 terawatt hours. And it's ranked 27th among country usage. And it's just continuing to grow. Piggybacking off of that, you have the actual electrical energy required.
It's also driven by electricity, 20 gigawatts of electricity, 20 full-on nuclear reactors worth of electricity. But it's a lot better than 20 full-on nuclear reactors, because this electricity is spread everywhere to the ends of the earth. The network is feeding on electricity, and that creates a decentralizing dynamic that drives all of the network to the end of the grid in the quest of stranded energy. So this network and the dynamic is going to continually decentralize, continually dissipate. It's going to continually move away from population centers where the electricity is expensive. It's going to move to places where the electricity is stranded, where it needs to be recycled. And that 30 gigawatts is going to create a thermodynamic connection between the virtual network and the physical world. This is what makes the network stable. This is what...
All right, so he was saying 20 gigawatts is equivalent to 20 nuclear reactors. That's just insane. That's nuts. But like you also mentioned, it's getting more and more decentralized, spread more and more across the globe. Shout out to El Salvador using volcanic energy to mine Bitcoin. That is nuts. So the question is, could a country somewhere around the world be able to basically buy their way into manipulating or attacking the network? And with Bitcoin, that is considered a 51% attack. So if you're familiar or not familiar, basically it would require someone taking control of 51% of the network. And to do so, Cointelegraph put out this article earlier in February that kind of broke down the math behind that. They said, what is the total cost to attack? So these people, these gurus, figured out how much it would cost to basically control the network. And they came up with, it would take about $40 billion to basically double spend or get $1 billion back. And remember, a block or a Bitcoin is mined every 10 minutes. So someone would have to be kind of sitting in the shadows, building this equipment or accumulating all this equipment, and then turn it on. And then they would control the network for essentially 10 minutes or maybe even an hour or so. But once that was figured out, and I'm going to play a clip from the Bitcoin conference in 2014, obviously the good actors, so to speak, would realize that, and they can just fork the network and shut those people out. So they said it would require about a staggering 7 million ASIC mining rigs, which would cost about $20 billion. So that is nuts. So it makes no sense to try to do it, to try to buy your way into it and to try to attack it. And this is a video that Altcoin Daily put up from Andreas at a 2014 Bitcoin conference, where we're going to play that clip where he actually explains this, how that was 10 years ago.
That has interest in just actively destroying Bitcoin to make their own, super rigs and design chips and just throw hundreds of millions or billions of dollars to intentionally disrupt the blockchain.
Yeah, I don't worry about that at all. This cannot be done with Bitcoin anymore. This is something that can only be done with nascent altcoins. Bitcoin has achieved a level of computing that no single nation state can overthrow it through computation alone. The effort to do so would require a massive covert operation of chip fabrication, then the coordinated assault that would give them dominance over the next block for 10 minutes until we kick those bastards off the network, rework the protocol around them. They would be revealed. They would have lost $1 billion doing this, and all they got to do was one double spend. Now, here's the thing. Long before we get to that point, they figure out that if they just let this stuff run, they can actually get some Bitcoin as a reward, because the incentive structure actually works. And so I'm not worried about that. And a lot of people are watching the blockchain. And as I said before, what are they going to do? So they take over and they fork the blockchain and they go somewhere, right? They've created an alternative blockchain. Great. What are we going to do? Who's going to join the NSA blockchain? Anybody want to jump on FedCoin? So we're all going to stay on the old fork. Difficulty will go down, it will get more profitable for the miners who stayed behind, and we'll carry on with our coin, and they can go mine whatever the hell they want on their alternative blockchain. They achieve nothing. They can't make protocol changes, because we, as I said, 5 constituencies in consensus, and it would take $1 billion to pull the most ridiculous Keystone Cops failure in history.
So that was in 2014. And as I showed you, the hash rate has only gotten more difficult and more distributed miners across the globe. So if it was that difficult then, and then based off of all of the information Michael Saylor said, yeah, it just gets more and more impossible, essentially. So it becomes clear that this is the digital asset to dollar cost average, to stack sats, to participate with, because nothing's going to stop it shy of, a nuclear holocaust. And at that stage, we have bigger fish to fry. Obviously, if you take out all of, maybe AI takes out mankind, then we have no more access to the internet. And then, of course, that's a bigger problem as well. But outside of any black swan event like that, it just makes absolutely no sense. So even the countries that you see here, like US and China, that have a lot of the mining distribution already, these miners are not owned by one company. So even trying to get this 38% to 51% would require like some kind of coordinated attack where the government underhandedly goes and connects with all these people that are running mining rigs and says, hey, you know, we want to take over the network. We're going to pay you XYZ dollars, blah, 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 blah. But anyone that's mining Bitcoin already knows that there's nothing the government can offer you in regards to like money that would make this worthwhile, because they'd be paying you in something that is worth nothing, and they'd be taking over the thing that they know has the most value. Let's go back to the whole seizing of the gold way back when, where they made gold illegal to hold. So it'd be the same play. And the Bitcoiners, I believe, are a lot more savvy and smarter than that. So if that became the play, then they would just move their rigs offshore somewhere else and continue mining. So yeah, it definitely seems like it is nigh impossible for Bitcoin to be corrupted, attacked, hacked, taken down, whatever you want to call it. So shout out to all of these individual people, math whizzes that did all this stuff. Let me know what you guys think, and if you're continuing to stack sats as we continue to grow in this bull run. I believe we are back off to the races, and we bounced out of that low 60, mid 50s level. And I don't personally think we're going to go back down there anytime soon. Like, it's definitely possible to see 30% corrections in Bitcoin, even in bull runs. But I think we're going back to that previous all-time high we had this earlier this year, around 75K. So I think we're headed back in that direction, because we are well into crypto summer and the banana zone, as Rob Powell said. And the Bitcoin conference coming up next week. Or actually, it's this week. I'm sorry. In this video, it's this week. So we will see what bullish news comes out from that. And if there is a buy the rumor, sell the news. If Trump announces that if he wins, he's going to slap Bitcoin into the treasury, well, say goodbye to these low 60 prices as well. All right. Let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are on the security and safety of Bitcoin. We're back into the greed side of things. Smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.